Hi, my name's James and today I'm going to share a few hints and tips on how to earn more clients through PrimeCarers. Working with PrimeCarers means that clients contact you first. This may mean that you have very few clients contact you at all. However, just because they contact you first doesn't mean there's nothing you can do about it, nor does it mean that you can't make the best of the opportunities you get. The most successful carers and PrimeCarers consistently do the same things. It all starts with your profile, your very own shop window. They ensure that their price is competitive, at least until they get a good number of ratings and reviews. Considering agencies charge between £19 and £24 an hour, for which they handle the care on behalf of the client, you should look to significantly undercut that. In general, unqualified home assistants charge between £12 and £15 per hour. Qualified carers with less than 10 years of care experience charge between £13 and £16 an hour, and the most experienced carers charge between £15 and £18 an hour. However, they all start at the bottom of that range before they build up their great ratings and reviews. They also have a great profile picture and a lovely written profile. Their profile pictures are friendly and warm with a blank and uniform background, which makes them look professional as well. And their written profiles talk about their skills, experience, training, as well as their hobbies and interests. They also capitalise on the opportunities they get. They reply quickly, popping onto the site as soon as they get a text telling them the client has got in touch, and they reply there and then or at the very first opportunity. They respond effectively in a positive and friendly manner, asking the client how they can help. Then, once the client is engaged with them, they make sure they can do what is needed given the condition of the patient and the times of day that they will likely need help on. They then ask them when they can meet for an introductory visit, and they impress on that visit. If a prospective client doesn't respond quickly, they also follow up to make sure that they're at the top of that prospective client's list the next day. Here is a generalised example showing how most of the most successful carers do it. When a client contacts you, you'll receive the automatic message containing your name and how far away the client is from your location. To that message, simply respond something along the lines of, "Hi, yes, I'd be happy to help. What care do you need and when do you need it?" Those are the two key things you need to understand from this conversation. What is needed and when is it needed? Then you can make your own mind up as to whether you can or want to do it. So the client responds, "Great, so my mother needs a bit of help around the house, as well as help getting up in the morning." So now you know what they need. So you respond, "I can help with that. Are there any specific conditions that you need to know about?" From here, you continue the conversation and arrange a time and day to meet for an introductory visit. Then you have your introductory visit, and all things being well, you'll have a new client. Now, we're going to talk about the introductory visit. First of all, relax. The intro visit is for you to get to know the family and the person you'll be caring for, and to understand what they need you to do. It's your decision as much as it is theirs to begin working together, and if you are comfortable with that, then you don't have to take the job. On top of that, your relaxed self is your best self. Use this first hour to get to know the client, conduct a risk assessment, and impress with your professionalism. If you are given a specific task that needs achieving, then impress and build trust by showing your experience and skill set. Here's a quick step-by-step guide on how you can conduct your first introductory visit. Usually, a family member will be there during the introductory visit. Greet them with a smile, greet them by name, and ask them how they and the patient would like to be addressed in the future. Be polite and accept a drink or refreshment if it's offered. Suggest that you sit down for a chat and get to know your client by asking questions about their interests. Learn about the background and what they need, and the sorts of tasks a role entails, as well as what's important to their care. Be sure to inquire about any specific conditions that need managing, as well as medication. If you're a professional carer, ask them if you can conduct a brief risk assessment. This will help them see you're a professional and will also help you to get to know what you're in for. If it all feels right, ask if the client wants to work with you going forward and work with them to find the best times that work for both of you. If you're successful, then wait for the new visits to be booked through the PrimeCarers platform and start your new professional care relationship. If your client would prefer not to work with you, then you should thank them for their time and wish the client well. It is not necessarily a reflection on you or your experience. People just have a specific set of requirements and need to find people to fill those. If you aren't sure that they're convinced, it may be a good idea to offer them references from previous employers. Most of the time, introductory visits turn into full-time clients, so don't worry yourself too much. They've chosen you from a list of other carers, so they're already bought into the idea of you. Now I'm going to talk about managing a relationship with your clients. The most important thing to realise is that they're your client. This means that you own the relationship with them, so it's up to you to grow that relationship and build trust with them so that they will want to work with you in the future. This sometimes means going above and beyond. If they need you to help them get the shopping in, get medications, take them out for appointments, or just get them out of the house, you should do everything to accommodate that. Some carers will even send birthday and Christmas cards, and others offer them to take them out of the house for a few hours, for which they are paid, of course. In short, become their trusted carer. Be their hero. Part of becoming their hero is showing them how professional you are. You wouldn't be on the platform if we didn't think you were a fantastic professional. So show that. Dress appropriate and use gloves, aprons and other PPE where it is appropriate to do so. Run a risk assessment, either as mentioned before during the introductory visit or on your first visit. You can find details and forms on how to do this in the resources section of the PrimeCarers FAQ and on our blog. Make sure that you collect details of next of kin, GP and district nurses, and use the tools you always use to deliver care safely, like MAR sheets, solid and fluids monitoring charts, and communication boards where applicable. The best way to manage your client relationship is to communicate with them regularly. After each visit, use the platform to create a short report on how it went, what happened, and anything you notice that might be of concern. Of course, you must be smart about what you share and what you don't, taking into account the patient's privacy and dignity. After a few visits, ask your client to give you some positive public feedback on your profile. Not only will they remember doing this, but it will also mean more work for you. And finally, if the relationship isn't working for you, remember to speak up and negotiate a new one. For example, some clients don't allot enough time. Simply sit them down, have a chat, and ask them for a little bit more. It really can be that simple. And that's it. If you're ever in doubt, hit the chat icon at the bottom right hand corner of the screen and we can advise you. Alternatively, give us a call on 0203 369 3624. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you online winning work with wonderful clients soon. Best of luck.